WNST, Towson, Baltimore, out to present our Coppin State partnership here this year. We are going to be airing the games of Coppin State's basketball teams, both men's and women's this year. As much as my man Juan Dixon's on those billboards out there and out at the front at CoppinStateSports.com, there is a ladies' side to the program, and no one knows it better than this guy who's coaching the ladies over there at Coppin State. We welcome on for the first time, and I know it won't be the last time for the Lady Eagles head coach. We welcome DeWayne Burroughs on, second-year coach over there at Coppin. What's going on, DeWayne? How are you, man?
Nothing much, Nestor. How are things going?
Well, it's going well for me. I mean, first thing it jumps out. First off, I'm an old guy now, so I always try to find people on LinkedIn, right? And I go back and I read your bio about coming in and UDC and all that background. But, man, you had a heck of a run in criminal justice. You had a whole different life before, women's basketball and running around college campuses what was your vocation, right?
Yes, actually, when I was a student here at Coppin, I studied criminal justice, and I was fortunate enough to get a job as a Baltimore County police officer, and I did that for quite some time.
Well, no one understands the blue and the knee and the politics and both sides of all this. You're on this college campus with young people there and recruiting people to come play basketball at Coppin. I'll say this. I hadn't been over to Coppin since Fang. Wow. I mean, incredible differences for all the universities here. Every time I step on Loyola, Morgan, Towson, it doesn't look like the way it did to me 30 years ago when I was running around either dating a girl, hanging out with a buddy, or going to a ball game or a concert or whatever. The gym you have over there, and I think when you bring someone in and recruit them in, there's something special going on over at Coppin, and it was very obvious to us from the minute we came over there and met with Ruffin.
Well, it's interesting because, again, you talked 30 years ago. I came here 30 years ago as a student, and we played up in the Coppin Center. That was our facility.
Of course.
And now we have this beautiful facility down here at Gwynns Falls, and it's a fantastic facility. It's been here 10 years, but it seems like it's been here a year. Everything's just still brand new to us.
Well, and I guess, you going back with your alum and the feelings about the university and the memories, many memories. I mean, talk about friends and girls and concerts and fun and ball games. And you had Fang there at the time, right? And, I remember, after the big run in the late 90s, Fang brought his whole team out to my studio for pizza. It's been 20 years now. It's kind of crazy. I look back. I look like I was about 12 years old at the time. But Fang left an incredible legacy for anything basketball there. And I'm sure that's something that you probably carry with you into the police force, and it's something that certainly has led you back onto your alma mater to coach the ladies there, right?
Oh, yeah, it's great. When Fang came in, when I came in as a freshman, and him and Doug Brown, who actually I took over, they were on the same side together, and Doug Robinson was a coach here, so I actually worked for Doug in the women's program as a student assistant, so I saw it grow from the beginning to where it is now, and it's great that I was a part of it then, and it's even better that I actually came back, and I'm still coaching it. It's fantastic.
Well, tell me about the opportunity that came your way a year and a half ago, and then tell me about your girls this year so we know where you guys begin the season about a week and a half on the 12th. I'll go through your schedule in a minute and let everybody know some of your games are going to be heard here at WNST, as well as the men's side. We've got a unique partnership that we put together here. DeWayne Burroughs is the head coach of the Lady Eagles over Coppin State. So run me through. Like you take this gig a year and a half ago. Why here? Why now?
I'm back home. This is when my college career started. I did some coaching at Bowie State and got my head coach to start over at UDC and had the opportunity to come back here at Coppin. What else could you actually want? You graduate from the university, you worked here, you played baseball here as a student, and to come back as a coach, I started here as a manager, and to come back as a coach is something that usually doesn't happen. My entire family's here, my parents are here, and so it's great to be back in Baltimore to represent Coppin State University, where it all started for me. And I want to, hopefully win a couple conference championships and get it back to the status at the top of the conference where we used to be.
Tell me about your kids, man. And I'm sure you probably have a few holdovers still, right? Some girls that came in as a freshman or sophomore and completing with you, but you've had a chance to go out here and recruit now for 2 seasons to bring more of your own girls into the program, right?
Yeah, it was an adjustment period when you first got here. That the kids that were here were used to what was here before, and then I came in trying to put my program in. And once we all got adjusted and realized that, hey, we all on the same page, in order for us to be successful, we got to do this together. They climbed on board, and it's been fun ever since. We work hard every day in practice. The freshmen, the kids who were freshmen last year, they're coming back and showing the new freshmen, how we do things. We got the leadership of Genesis Lucas and Candace Beverly that are still around. Genesis was a first team all conference. last year, and Chance Graham, who was Rookie of the Year last year, they're doing extremely well. And like I said, they're getting the kids on board, and they're working hard every day in practice. And I tell them, as long as we're getting better each day, then we're headed down the right road.
Now, you said you got a program. Talk about your program. And when you step into one of these young ladies' homes, talk to their parents, say, I want to bring you in and play ball at Coppin, get you an education. What is the program at Coppin State for the women's side?
Well, the one thing that we really stress is the academic piece. And I tell my kids, don't let the game use you. You use the game. And that's when you're here on your scholarship, you make sure you get your education. Because once you get that piece of paper, they can't take that from you. Basketball can be taken from you today or tomorrow. So you need to make sure you concentrate on doing what you're doing in the classroom, which fortunately, our kids are doing a really good job in the classroom. And like I said, they're doing a great job, on the court as well. When I step into a kid's home, the first thing I want to tell them is that you're going to get your education while you're here. Get your education, make the best of your college career. This is the best time of your life. Enjoy it while you're here. And I just, we teach family atmosphere. We have a great family atmosphere around here. Not just in our program, but, throughout the entire campus. Everybody knows the athletes, which is good.
Well, I could tell that from stepping into the building there. I mean, literally, and all the coaches being the, room to room to room, across all the sports, men's, women's, the whole deal. There's a real camaraderie going on over there.
Yeah, it is. And like I tell the parents when I talk to them, it was like that 30 years ago when I came here as well. When I came as a freshman, it was a family-type atmosphere, and that has not changed. And that's the one thing that I really like about Coppin State. It has not changed at all. The campus has changed tremendously, but the family type atmosphere is the exact same as it was when I was here as a freshman.
One thing that hasn't changed either, the Fang left behind, or the money games and the road games and the sort of, I don't want to call them sexy road trips because I don't know that Waco and Nacogdoches, Texas would be considered that, but certainly exotic. And, many, many trips Fang would take his lads on during the month of November and December, sometimes coming back with their feelings hurt, and sometimes stealing a game and sometimes scaring a big team. But certainly that's something that's sort of a Coppin tradition that you're going to go to Baylor, you're going to go to Stephen F. Austin, you're going to go to play Missouri and play out in this Cal Berkeley tournament. I'm looking down here, Charlotte, Middle Tennessee. I'm going to be down in Nashville this week, West Virginia, and then you get the Maryland game, right? December 20th. I know everybody on your campus has that date circled as well, right?
Yeah, everybody's looking forward to that game, and it's a great opportunity to get these kids out here and play these teams, especially to play Maryland because that's our state team for the most part. And, I really appreciate Brenda for giving us the opportunity. And she does a great job, playing a lot of the local schools, which a lot of schools won't do in some states. But she gets out and she makes sure that I think she's playing 4 or 5 local schools this year, which I think is great, And what it does, what I like about it is, yes, we play a tough, non-conference schedule, but once we get into conference play, I think it really prepares us for conference play, and I think those games are a big help. Hey,
I'm going to ask you this, and I mean, you might not want to answer it, but I asked the tough questions around here. Maryland, of all the teams on your schedule, is that the toughest game? I mean, I'm not familiar with the West Virginia ladies this year. Old Dominion was, the grandfather, grandmothered, I should say, story program from many, many moons ago. But I'm not familiar with Cal or Missouri. But Maryland, traditionally, when I think of Maryland, I think, well, they're going to be in the top 10 or top 15 this year. They might be the best, but they'll be somewhere, no one wants to come to Maryland and play them to think they're going to steal a win.
Well, you look at our schedule, you look at Baylor and Maryland, and, those are two teams that's pretty much in the top 5 every year. At some point in time during the course of those two teams in the top 5. And you got Cal and Missouri and UNC Charlotte, Middle Tennessee, and West Virginia and VCU. They all stay in and out of the top 25 all the time, West Virginia's in the top 25 almost every year, and so is Virginia Commonwealth. So, like I said, it's a tough schedule. Like you said, we can scare a couple of these teams. Who knows? Maybe we can knock somebody off at some point.
Well, I mean, that is the motivation, right? I mean, at least you're getting an opportunity to test yourself against the best, and I'm sure the word opportunity leaves your lips for the ladies, right? Like, this is an opportunity, right?
Exactly. It's an opportunity to see, how they do things at that level. At those teams that are in the top 25 every year. And that's our goal that we are shooting for here at Coppin. We want to be one of those top teams as well.
A lot of airplane rides for you in the next couple of weeks with the ladies. DeWayne Burroughs is the head coach of the ladies over at Coppin State. Their games will be heard here at WNST.net and AM 1570 as we begin year 1 of what we hope is a long and prosperous partnership with folks over at Coppin State. DeWayne, great having you on, man. We'll see you soon, okay?
Nestor, thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it.